A significant amount of time has passed. I'm Seth on duty. Let's grab ourselves a new skill. I thought we did this already. But we got it now. +1 to engage. Very nice. Oh, right. We were about to head to sleep. Let our mushrooms grow. Should take 4 cycles. What else? Well, a lot of it's just going to be a lot of waiting. Don't know what's going to happen there. We should look in the low end, though. There's a place, right? Let's see. It's called Disable. But I don't see a way to actually help Fang out here. Yeah, that's not happening. We could do some work for Rabaya. But that would mean we'd have to be an enforcer, which I really don't feel comfortable doing. So let's focus on this. We need one more ship mine fragment. If we steal it from here, we're gonna get in trouble. So that's not happening. The ore fabricator requires 3, but we only have 2, so we need 1 more. Which means we have to wait 2 cycles for someone to come along. Okay, priorities. We gotta eat something. We might gain energy as well. We also might lose energy just by doing work. So let's eat first. No, we can't. We need to work first. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little lost right now, but we'll make it through. Not that concerned. This is all risky. Okay, let's make money. Let's do money. +10 cryo, +5. Nice. Alright, we have enough to eat, so let's eat first. With the cryo we have. There, we're no longer starving. That's kind of the important one I wanted to hit there. And let's do some work. +10 for neutral. +10 more. I guess today is mostly just working. Unless there is something else we can do across the way. Yeah, this stuff is all risky. The farm. We can do some safe work here at the stacks. We can also steal. But why would I steal food? I don't think that's... Yeah, I don't think that's very good. We're not that kind of people, sleeper or not. At the community, we can do safe work at the canteen. Maybe we'll make some friends. Ooh, we just got energy for that. Oh yeah. And then we can also do the grow beds. So why is this one? Oh, it's because it's engaged. This is endure. This is engage. Gotcha. 50% neutral, 50% chance for negative. Come on, 50-50, come on. Come on. Negative. Well, we just got more for the Haifa member. So that's progress on that at least. What did we get? Join the Haifa commune. The Haifa commune meets the needs of its members in exchange for work. Could you find a home here? Yeah, see? There we go. That's better than stealing. It's better than doing some gang-related activity. And we can still do... What is this? Adventuring? No, gathering scrap. So we need a skill upgrade for endure to get this unlocked. But then we could probably gather free scrap. Okay, let's go back. Let's go to sleep for one more cycle. And we're still going to need to sleep for at least one more cycle for people to arrive at the dock. Right here. So we could play the exchange. But hold on, what about doing it here? Playing the game here. 100% chance. There we go. You duel with a sharp-eyed teenager, blocking each other with careful moves. You win and the crowd chatters, clearly impressed. Okay, so we're working on low ender. We're working on... Oh, what is this? Min Jai Express. Noodle factory and delivery. This is new. So we can... Noodle manufacture. Manjai has kelp stack in the basement, and he makes noodles from the seaweed. He doesn't pay much, but he'll feed anyone who does a shift. Okay, so we can just work for food now. We don't always have to buy it. Express delivery. Delivering noodles to the nameless units of the low end takes guts and a certain fearlessness when it comes to asking for tips. So we can also engage. Very cool. But doesn't contribute to anything. That's just money and food. Let's cross back over and take a look at... Okay, 2 more days for our mushrooms to grow. Let's do some work here. We can get 100% chance here. We'll probably make some energy too. There we go. +3 Haifa member, +2 energy. So we're only 5 away from being a member here at the community. I think we should only do that once per day, because otherwise it's too many dice rolls for not a huge gain. Listen, I'm all for helping people, but we need to help ourselves first. There's something I'm learning here. Let's do some work here at the freight. I'll risk it. I risk it. Ah, negative. We only got +6. Let's do it again then. +10. Neutral. And we have one more dice roll. I think we should do it here. Yes, positive. Alright, we have 70 cryo. Okay, we go to rest one more time. And these guys should be in tomorrow. Yeah. This will be good. Go to rest. Every time we go to sleep, I think something's gonna happen in the morning. And so far, we've been pretty lucky. Okay. With the freighter. Buy scrap. No, it's not them. We wanted these guys. Yeah, these were the ones that had the actual... Dang it. You know what though? We have money. We're doing okay. I forgot about this too. I feel like something's gonna go down. This... Ethan was not doing so well last time. And I hope he doesn't come after us out of spite. Ethan may be disarmed, but you doubt you've seen the last of him. Yeah. Oh, I'm not excited for that. Can we buy a... No, we can just buy a whole core, but we don't need the core. We want a fragment. Plus, it costs 300 anyway. So let's go across. Another thing is, we're gonna have to eventually gather all 3 more, I think 3 more spores. Plus 2 grove spores. That's pretty good. So we'll stick with that. We'll definitely do a working the grow beds. Yeah. And we got energy from that as well. So that was good. We might as well do it one more time. That's what I think. And there we go. There we go. I got an achievement for that. To be a communist. Noun. Someone who joins a commune. Okay, let's upgrade something here. Upgrade Endure. Rico, the commune botanist. Haifa dorm. Commune sleeping quarters. We can sleep over here now. Hell yeah. You head down into the Haifa compound, following a blue painted line that is labeled laboratories. The member you were assigned to work with told you they had asked to see you. but you still have no idea what about. The line takes you to a blue door and through to a glass roof chamber where a network of stems and leaves filter the sunlight coming through the ceiling, casting the whole chamber in a strange yellow-green. Peaceful, isn't it? Distracted by the green, you miss the woman standing at a lab bench, camouflaged by a dappled sunlight. Welcome to my sanctuary, she smiles. Come, let's talk, she says and beckons you closer. What is this place? Here? These were processing centers for the agriculture of the old corporate station. She offers a hand to shake. I'm Rico. I run the botany program at Haifa. What is Haifa? She looks surprised. You've been working in the compound for a while now. I'm surprised you don't know more. She lifts a tiny sample jar. Yellow spores dance inside. Haifa lives off the land of the Greenway. It's what allows us to live like we do. No one here pays or is paid. We sleep here, we feed each other, we work for each other. Rico walks away from the bench and waves for you to follow. She opens a small door and leads you down a glass corridor surrounded by a vivid green. All this, she says, gesturing at the overgrowth. It's a kind of miracle. She looks at you with bright eyes. What do you think usually happens to plants on stations like this when they are abandoned? They die? Eventually, yes. They cannot live without intervention. She leads you left at a crossroads. But here, they endured. She smiles to herself. Actually, no. They thrived. You look at the bright tendrils wrapped around the metal frames of the corridor. They look dominant, strong, like they are taking control of this place. Rico continues. Of course, Solheim tried to create a stable biosphere here, patchworking the surface with gardens and algae tanks that feed into a network of microbial reclamation systems. But the Greenway was always envisioned as extractive, a place from which the harvest is removed and sold to those living on the station, not a closed loop. For this reason, when the collapse came, the Greenway should have gone with it. Erlin himself was so convinced of it that his first colony, never even came here to try to reclaim it. The eyes instead relied on outside favors and influences, shipments from the inner system, and a small-scale agriculture systems like kelp and fungal farm stacks. And yet here we are, among growth and decay, a biosphere flourishing. When Haifa came here, we expected to find only vacuum-dried stalks and leaves, and perhaps some fungal colonies hidden in the mulch. But we found a jungle. With this, Rico hits a button on the wall and leads you through a large pair of double doors into a huge, impossible chamber. It is very green. It is every kind of green, from the pale algae tanks to the dark vines that surround them. It is wet, too, a rarity on the eye. Condensation clouds the light from the high glass roof and gathers on the shiny, broad leaves of shrubs. Did you do this? She smiles. Oh no, not me. Rico turns to you, visibly excited by the room you're both standing in. It doesn't make sense, but in many ways the system has stabilized. Unlike the farm stacks closer to the gap, who need input to support their meager output, this place runs itself. Perhaps Solheim managed something new here, Perhaps they tweaked the plants, or built new systems buried deep below us. Perhaps their collapse caused some fortunate cascade, an unlikely chemical reaction within the biosphere. That's what I'd like you to help me find out. She turns to you, her forehead wet with dew. Aren't you the botanist? Me? Yes, you. Rico sits on a railing. Those halls run deep, Sleeper, and I'm getting old. She stamps her foot on the metal grating of the walkway. Whatever is causing this, it's to be found in the groves deep in the Greenway. Haifa won't spare anyone for an expedition. It's too dangerous and unnecessary, they say. I can make the case, but I can't get the votes. You sleepers are hardy beings. I know that much. And you can speak to the eye, uncover its secrets in ways I never can. She holds out an arm so you can help her stand. Bring me samples, spores, seeds, and blooms. I can grow them in the lab and study them. The deeper they are found, the better. I will try. Yo, why wouldn't I help her? She's like the nicest person. Thank you, she smiles. And thank you for listening. Rico leads you back out of the huge chamber and up through the passages. She is a little slower now and stumbles on the steps. You help her where you can. It's good to have new blood in the commune, she says. Many of us have been here a long time, and few come through. She settles back at her bench in the lab, stretching her legs. You go to leave. Come back if you find something, Sleeper, she calls. There are discoveries to be made. And you follow the blue line back up out of the compound, all the time thinking of that impossible, magical green. Aha, a new drive. Help Rico's experiments. Botanist Rico wants you to help her understand the closed ecosystem of the Greenway. Collect spores for Rico. Well, on that, shouldn't we have our mushrooms now? Where's the aviary? No, we have one more day. Okay, one more day. It's funny because we have 2 here for her. And I could risk myself for another one. So why not? Let's do it. I know it's risky. Yes, neutral, +1. Here you go, Rico. You're such a nice person. Rico is grateful for the contribution. Sleeper, you warm my heart with each delivery. Thank you. Sleeper, Rico greets you without so much as looking up from her work. I have some of yours here. Come see. She beckons you over to a heavyweight-looking console, wired to a series of specimen jars, some of which contain your spores. Where did you get all this? What does it say? What does it say? The spores you have here are a real cocktail, a selection of types from within the groves, but I've been able to isolate a few. She taps one of the specimen jars. Here we have Tricoloma matsuke. Rico breezes through the Latin and Japanese pronunciation as if it was nothing. A species Solheim somewhat modified for use on the station. She brings up a panel on her console showing a chemical composition, all gradiented bars and obtuse acronyms. This is the composition of the Solheim modified Matsutake spores. Am I supposed to understand that? Modified? Modified, yes. Every specimen on the eye is a tweaked variant of Solheim's, of course, but that's not the point. Rico brings up another panel, identical in layout, but with wildly different colors and numbers. You see, this is what your Matsutake spores look like. They aren't the same? That's the conclusion, yes. Rico glances at the specimen jar as if it might have something to add. They are fundamentally the same spores, but they carry different chemicals, different signals. She leans back and sighs. Solheim may have introduced their own tweaked versions in the beginning, but the groves have and still are affecting them. So, do they still grow? Affecting them how? Affecting them how? It's hard to tell without samples of fully grown mushroom. She meets your eye, and herein lies our problem. She moves to another desk, where two trays sit side by side. The first contains nothing but plant mulch. The second you smell before you even look at it. The pungent aroma of the fruiting matsutake, like rotting, sodden overalls laced with an edge of spice. The matsutake here are grown from Solheim's stalks, pulled from a spore vault in this complex. She winks. They are delicious, by the way. She sets them aside. The empty tray is germinated with the spores you collected. No activity, no germination, nothing. But the groves are full, or you made a mistake. Yeah, the groves are full. Yes, they are. Rico looks at you directly, and you suddenly realize how much she is enjoying this. So here's our puzzle, Sleeper. Spores from the groves won't grow in the lab, but gathering fruiting bodies from the groves is too unpredictable. We need to grow a fruiting body from some of those spores so we can track it, understand it. In short, I need you to become a mushroom farmer. Actually, I already started. Rico looks impressed. Well, well. An eager mycologist. I'd never have guessed. I assume you set yourself up in the aviary. I've been eyeing that place up for its proximity to the groves. Bring me whatever grows, not just matsutake. There's more than a couple of variants in there, so I'll need plenty of samples. She plucks a matsutake cap from the tray. These little things are reflections of their conditions, their smell, their taste, their chemistry. It all derives from the condition of their growth. She smells the cap. Enough of these and we'll have a picture of what is happening here, of the ways in which this biosphere is modifying itself, or being modified, whichever the case may be. Rico pops the matsutake cap into her mouth, taking you by surprise. And don't worry, Sleeper, she says while softly chewing. If this turns out to be a dead end, I'll make sure that not a single mushroom will go to waste. Right on. So we get to be mycologists. Which, like I said, we've already been doing. We have one more 1 dice roll. Oh, the cloud is hidden here. The Greenway gate. Maybe there's something there. That's the only one we see. It requires... Greenway is locked down, shrouded in a dark cloud of shifting currents. What is happening here? We need a Greenway cipher. Okay. Oh, we can sunbathe. Look at this. If your frame's photosynthetic skin allows you to gather energy through sunlight, the longer you stay, the better. Wow. So we got a perk there. Here, let's go back across real quick. I have this one more dice roll that I want to use here as a freight operator. +6 cryo. Okay. We're gonna sleep in our new spot. Because why not? Go to sleep. Yay. But we did lose a little bit of our endurance here, our condition. Ethan's here. You miss me? Ethan smiles a ragged smile at you. Walk away. Ethan follows along, and you notice he is limping. Come on, sleeper, just a little joke. I know you have a sense of humor. You look at him. He is paler than usual, hunched. He is sporting a black eye and more than a few cycles of beard growth. That's no way to treat an old friend. Friend? Well, he pauses. Colleague? He smiles weakly. This is big, really big stuff about you. Seems more jittery than usual, on edge. You remember now how Ass and Arp canceled the contract on you? The contract I was going to collect? Yeah, seriously? I remember, dude. Well, I'm guessing you were pretty happy about that shit. Overjoyed. Me? I lost everything. But let's not worry about that, he smiles sarcastically. And so, what did you think? That was it? I was just glad to be done with you, or just stay silent? Stay silent. Well, it was, except Ethan leaves a dramatic pause. What if old S and Arp gave the bounty to someone else? Someone who's even more of a shithead than yours truly. He smiles darkly. What a disaster that would be. You're bluffing. Sure, you could think that, but then you'll wake up, or not, with a bullet in your head one of these cycles. And if you could think, which you won't be able to do because of the bullet, you'd be thinking, oh, I'd wish I'd listened to Ethan. He grins. Ethan fishes around in his pocket for a slip of paper. I've been speaking to some friends, you see, some colleagues, about what went down, and it turns out S&R canceled all their bounty contracts. The whole lot. It seems they brought someone in-house. Some guy who did so well on their last job contract that they got offered a job. He leans in. Apparently, he made a hit on this ship called Winter Wonderland or something. It was a smuggling sleepers out from under S&R's big corporate nose. He killed the crew and blew the ship. Ethan whistles. They call him Hamwick or Maywick or something. He gives up looking for the paper. I forget. You mean the Winter Light? That's it. He looks at you hard. So you do know about all this. He pats you on the shoulder. Then you'll be very happy to hear what I'm about to offer you. Ethan runs his hand through his greasy hair. Given this new information I brought to you, Light, it seems like you're in need of protection. I'm not buying you anything. Wait for the pitch. I, meanwhile, am in need of assistance in kind. It turns out I upset some people at the compressor the last time we were there, the owners, and they say they'll space me unless I work off the debt. Seems they are that kind of businessmen. he grimaces. I would pay them, but... He shrugs and turns his jacket pockets inside out in a mime of poverty. He looks pitiful, even more so for his clownish acting. I don't need you. You should be glad, the anger rising in him now, that I came here and told you this. You think anyone is looking out for you? You are a contract, a name on the list. He kicks the wall. Ethan rubs his temples. I'm sorry, he hisses. I'm sorry for being a shit and trying to kill you and whacking that thick skull of yours, he sighs. You think I want to go up against this guy? But us, he jabs a finger between the two of you. We don't have a choice. So you keep me from getting killed and I'll do the same for you. We can help each other, a straight 50-50 deal. He looks at you. I'm not asking for a favor. Should we give this greasy little snake another chance? Fine. Ethan smiles. He looks like shit warmed up. He pauses. Just think about Maywick. Think about what that cold-eyed SNR shit on his way here from the core systems. He smiles. That should give you the motivation you need. Ethan swaggers off down the corridor, throwing his jacket over his shoulder. Can't wait to be working with you, he shouts. What should I get myself into now? Ethan's protection. Somehow you are once again helping Ethan. This time he has offered his protection if you help clear his debt. Work in the compressor. Ooh. I mean, if it's work, I'll take it. Also, we should be able to harvest our own mushrooms. It is a safe job. So we got Gyroli cap. Gyroli? Pale peppery mushrooms used for flavoring I-made alcohol. So we got -1 on yield. The crop of fruiting bodies has broken the surface of the mulch. Once harvested, you'll have to grow more. I see. Wait, let's see what kind of work we can do. Down here, compressor club. Oof, Ethan's debt is huge. Turns out the compressor's owners are local gangsters. Now Ethan has to work off his debt if he wants to keep breathing. Both of these jobs are dangerous. So working the back is washing up, stock check, cleaning, prep work. Back work at the compressor is all bad smells, flickering lights, and hard scrubbing. Or we can work the front. Working the door, taking deliveries, staffing the bar. Front work at the compressor is a cocktail of shouting orders, alcohol, and violence. We get +1. 25% negative shot. Oh, -1, -2 energy. I'm only 1 for his debt. This is gonna take forever. Okay. The other thing I wanted to do was... No, not the spoke. Here, the low end. Because we have a 6 shot here. So let's do that and make some cryo. +2 low ender, +3 cryo. 'Cause I have a feeling we can find this Tabador spot. Here is disable the tracker. The Tambor Tea House. Here we go. You feel stupid doing this, but the penguin says, "Take me to Tambor. This is the only Tambor you can find." Fang's gum box. Start. Question, neutral outcome. Also, they want Havenage data? You've heard that the Otagon enforcer based here has been paying low-end residents for information on Havenage movements. Sure, I'll take it. Plus 10 cryo. Why not? Plus 10 cryo. Hell yeah. Okay, let's see what happens. Tambor. As you go to leave the Tambor Tea House, a hand falls on your shoulder. As you go to leave Tambor Tea House, "Sleeper," Fang hisses from behind you. "How did you find me?" The penguin. "Penguin, what are you..." He thinks for a second. "Oh, do you mean..." He mimes throwing gum in his mouth. "That wasn't meant for you specifically, but..." He cringes. "Look, it doesn't matter. Come, let's sit." Fang guides you down a set of stairs to one of the Tambor's lower levels. The tea house is stacked with curved mezzanines, all connected by a central atrium. The levels are filled with makeshift booths and bars, and conversations bounces busily off the metal walls. Busily off the metal walls. Fang sees you looking around. This place used to be a fuel tanker's main drum, hence the name. The tea house part is a bit of a misnomer though. You can get anything the eye offers from this place, but real tea isn't exactly readily available. He picks a booth. It's self-fashioned from some old salvage tanker or container, outlined with spongy insulation foam, and collapses into it. He looks around furtively. "Don't suppose you've seen any Havenger types. They don't usually come out this far." "Only you." "Ah, not anymore, I'm afraid. Suspended without appeal. Turns out Hardin has someone's ear." He grins. "Doesn't bother me, though. It shows we hit a nerve back there." He picks a scrappy hand-scrawled menu from the table and tosses it over. "What are you drinking?" Look at the menu. Fang is right. The menu is ridiculous. There's at least 10 different infusions, most of which you can't make out, but the paper is dominated by an extensive complement of exoteric alcohols and cocktails. Black tea is listed without a price as a seasonal specialty. "So you ran into Hardin? Was he pissed?" Fang doesn't wait for an answer. That snake is so self-righteous he might actually believe that Erlin would approve of his meritocratic bullshit. He taps on the table. "If Havenage was like it should be, like it was founded to be, they would have shouted him down at any council meeting he dared to mention true citizens." He sighs. "But I guess this kind run the place now." A young woman with a vine tattoo snaking up her arm turns up at the booth, a slate in hand. "Your order." You skim the menu, your eyes glazing over. Time to pick something. Give me a Gerol neat." Fang taps the table to order the same. "And you?" she begins, looking to Fang, but when she sees him, she suddenly stops. "What the..." Fang shrinks a little. "You're supposed to be working. This is your shift," he grins sheepishly. I must stay out of it." "Look, Jenna, let's just say this is my break. Our friend here has been through a lot." Jenna looks between the two of you. I'm gonna nod. Fang also starts nodding. 2 minutes, says Jenna, pointing at Fang, and only because I don't want to get dragged into whatever this is. She gestures at the table and walks off. What? Fang stretches out in the booth. You know how it is. We all have to eat. Plus, he leans in, this is the best place around here to find a person you might be looking for. Who? Remember that web of connections that Hardin pinged the moment we confronted him? Those are his collaborators. If we want to understand what a Solheim executive might be getting up to on the Eye, those are the people we have to find. Fang is almost whispering now. There's a lot of them I suspect are in the low end. And, well, almost everyone in the low end comes through this place at one point or another. He brings the modified slate onto the table. I've set this up so that when anyone with the network signature I'm looking for comes into close proximity, it'll mark them. Once they are marked, we can break through their access protocols and get at the good stuff inside. We just have to find them first. Hence me moonlighting as a waiter. Suddenly a smile grows across his face. Wait, I have an idea. Oh no. Look, I can't cover enough of the low end on my own. And so far, I've had no matches in this place. But the two of us, we can cover more ground. What am I getting into? Well, Fang has a hangdog look. We need to get you out and about in the low end, in close proximity to as many people and residences as possible. And it turns out my friend Min-Ji needs some help with deliveries. Yeah, Min-Ji Express. So you already know him. Perfect. Fang places a tiny receiver on the table. This connects to my slate and runs the same marking protocol if you get near any of our targets. So all you have to do is take some delivery shifts for old Min-Ji, and soon enough, the whole place will be covered. Fang, don't give me that. You think I like working here? And I thought you could use the tips. He grins. We are in this together, right? Right. Okay then. Fang slips his slate back under his clothes. Just head on to Min-Ji Express, take a delivery shift, and we'll see what shakes up. You manage to find anyone and extract any data, bring it right down here to me. They have me on double shifts, so I shouldn't be hard to find. Jenna walks past, carrying a tray of drinks, and sharply catches Fang's eye. I don't think she's bringing your drinks. He stands. I think it's time we called this meeting to a close. He grabbed the receiver from the table and slipped it into a pocket. See you soon, sleeper. Stay safe, Fang adds, before turning off towards the bar, whistling as he goes. Well, Min-Ji Express, hey? Let's do 1. Wow, we actually made quite a bit of cryo off that. So with that, my friends, I'm gonna have to leave you until the next video. Hopefully, I can actually get some more stuff done. But in the meantime, I'm Seth on duty, signing out.